So last but not least, this is a very special Distinguished Service Award that I'm very proud to award tonight. And it goes to none other than Al Spencer. Al has been our Vice President for Economic Development and Public Policy for the past 5 years, but he's been more than that. He's been a real community leader, he's part of the Chamber family, and so many of us are proud to call him a friend.
Congratulations, Al, and a big thank you from me personally and the members of the Mayor's Advisory Committee. You have done great work for us, keeping us organized, representing us at countless meetings almost every night of the week that no one knows about the time that you've put in, but we do, and we appreciate you very much. You've been a great asset for our committee, and we're going to miss you greatly. Again, personally, not thank you enough for your help with this. Our committee, although we haven't been around long, is very important to the Chamber and to the community, and you have set a standard for which we need to follow.
I met Al when I started serving on the Chamber board, and we all know his wonderful relational style, so it's extremely easy to get to know him. And as I listened to him tell all these varied experiences that he has had personally and professionally, I thought, wow, he would be a phenomenal instructor for one of our honor seminars. So I asked him, I said, Al, what do you think about teaching an honor seminar? And we are so grateful. Part of what we like to do at the Honors College is help our students be the leaders they are so eager to be. So we are thrilled that Al has been teaching for us and will continue to teach for us. We're going to miss you, Al, terribly at the Chamber, but you will continue to touch many, many lives through the Honors College. Thank you.
Well, we were fortunate to find Al about 5 years ago when he decided to retire for the second time from a career in Washington, D.C. He had served as Congressman Joe Bonner's Chief of Staff on Capitol Hill and wanted to come back home to Alabama. And so that was really an amazing opportunity for our community to get somebody of Al's experience, intellect, and knowledge, and be able to bring all those assets to this community. He's led our economic development efforts for the past 5 years, and his steady, calm leadership has really been incredible. So much has happened in this community since he's been here with the edge and the development there, with all of the new retail and commercial development that's happened in town, and then on so many of the public policy advancements we've had in this community. So much of that can be traced back to Al and to his influence and to his calm, steady leadership, and we're going to miss that a lot, but we're fortunate that Al's not going very far. They're going to stay in this community. He and his lovely bride, Leanne, are going to stay active contributors to the community. They're going to stay actively involved with the Chamber through our benchmarking trips, things like that. And so, Al, you can run, but you can't hide. We're going to find you.
The Chamber is proud to present a Distinguished Service Award to Al Spencer. The Robert C. Tanner Corporate Service Award is presented to recognize the corporate leadership, philanthropic efforts, and community service provided by a member entity. This year's honoree is Nucor Steel Tuscaloosa.
A company's leadership establishes the priorities in corporate culture, and we are so grateful in West Alabama that Nucor's leadership places such an emphasis on giving back to the community. Nucor sponsors programs and service projects that help our nonprofits address the critical needs in our community. At United Way of West Alabama, we would not make our campaign goal without Nucor's support. However, they do so much more in sharing their time and talents, whether it's serving on a nonprofit board, participating, or even initiating service projects. Their team does what it takes to make a difference, and we are so grateful they make this a better place to live.
Adopt a School has over 100 businesses who engage their partners in a range of creative ways. One of those businesses is Nucor Steel. Nucor has been a longtime partner for Holt High School and has also been a longtime sponsor for the program's annual golf tournament. As the title sponsor, Nucor shows a commitment of service to our program and more so to our community's most important asset, our children.
Well, Nucor's philosophy for giving back to West Alabama is we're part of the community. We live here, our kids live here. We want to do the right thing for the community. We're very involved with a lot of charities. The one that we're most proud of is the United Way. We raised, our team members raised almost $100,000 last year, and we matched almost 90% of that. It was a record for us, and we've been involved in many other charities, too numerous to name, throughout the city. Well, we've been Nucor since 2004, and I think we got into Adopt-a-School right around then with Holt High, our partner, and we got involved in the Adopt-a-School sponsorship for the golf tournament. It's been a great asset, I think, to Adopt-a-School, and we're proud of our partnership with Holt and Adopt-a-School and the Chamber. The future of Nucor, Tuscaloosa, and Nucor as a whole is strong. We're investing a lot of money as a corporation. We're investing $50 million on a new project here in Tuscaloosa. We've got 430 of us out there that are counting on each other for a successful future, and proud to work for Nucor and proud to be part of the community.
Tonight, we honor Nucor Steel Tuscaloosa. The Charles H. Land Member of the Year Award is presented to a member who demonstrates exceptional leadership, showing diligence and unwavering commitment, not only to the advancement of the mission and objectives of the Chamber, but also inspiring others to move the organization and the community forward through greater personal service. This year's honoree is Chris Gunter.
Chris Gunter. How do you not laugh when you say that name? I had the pleasure of meeting Chris in 2013. I was coming in as a new ambassador with the Chamber of Commerce, and Chris actually was the chair that year. No matter what setting that I happen to see Chris in, he always stops and has a conversation with me. He is very curious about my professional development. I don't think he realizes the type of impact that he has made on me professionally. So I'm very excited to see what his future looks like.
Impresses me most about Chris is he's just a good quality person. He's got high morals, high integrity, a good loyal employee with a passion for his job, which makes him very successful in what he does. Chris is also committed to be a servant leader, not only in his job, but in his community, his family life, and his Christian life. He's committed himself to excellence, which in turn brings him much more success. Very proud of Chris to be honored with this award. It's much deserved.
As Director of Membership and Investor Relations, I work with Chris on a variety of issues that impact our members. He takes his role seriously, and he brings a lot of great ideas to the table that keeps the Chamber moving forward. Plus, he's so much fun to work with. As anyone who has ever been around him knows, he brings the party. I don't have to see him to know he's in the building. I hear his laugh. He's a great example for others. His drive and commitment really helped us succeed in our fourth quarter drive sponsorship campaign, and our volunteers knew that they were appreciated.
My first experience with the Chamber was one day I came into the office and ran into my mentor and my boss at the time, Fitzgerald Washington, and he said, "Chris, you need to get down to the Chamber and figure out what you can do up there to help them out." Not really understanding or knowing really what the Chamber did, I just went down there, saw the front desk, and the first person I saw was LaWanda. She said, "You need to be an ambassador." I said, "Great." At that time, there was only about 10 or 12 ambassadors on the roll, and it was a real easy process. They just brought you in and said, "Here's what we need you to do, and here's how we need you to do it." But it wasn't until about the end of the first year with the ambassadors that I really realized what it was to be a part of the Chamber. After that, I ran into some of the best people you would ever meet, which one of them is Jonathan Hood, who is now on our board of directors, who was a mentor to me. And one person that I remember in particular, can't forget her, and you won't forget her either, is Kimberly McMurray. She came on as ambassador while I was on the leadership team and asked me for help. She wanted to be on the board of directors, and we got her connected with Jim Page, and now she is our chair. The neat story behind that is when this award was granted, Kimberly came to me to tell me it was awarded, and
I went back and forth about how I should tell the story or not, but she started crying while she was giving it to me. I started crying, and don't judge. But really, what that shows me is what the Chamber is we are a big family.
The Charles H. Land Member of the Year Award is presented to Chris Gunter. The Chairman's Leadership Award is presented to an individual who has provided extraordinary leadership and service to our community. This year's honoree is Joe Bonner.
Joe Bonner has a heart for public service. From his time as many years as Congressman for the great state of Alabama to his most recent achievements, leading the economic development efforts with the University of Alabama system and the Tuscaloosa County Industrial Development Authority, Joe represents exactly what the Chairman's Leadership Award is about.
So when we first came to Tuscaloosa, one of the first people that I met was Joe Bonner. And the impression that I got of Tuscaloosa was through Joe Bonner, and I can tell you, he's one of the most amazing people I've ever met. Just incredibly gracious, but also someone who worked very hard to help bring us here. I am deeply indebted to all the hard work that Joe and the team provided us when we were considering Tuscaloosa for our new AI and machine learning facility. I consider Joe a great friend now. He's someone that I can pick up the phone and call, and I know he'll help me. And we really feel like he's part of the CAMGN team now, and couldn't be more grateful for all the support and help that Joe's given us. So we think the world of Joe, and really are deeply indebted to him for all the great things that he's done for myself and also CAMGN.
The Chairman's Leadership Award is an award that the Chamber grants from time to time to an individual that has exhibited great leadership in our community. This year's award recipient is someone, when we started talking about it, that it was an automatic response from all in the room. It was unanimous that Joe Bonner was deserving of this award. Joe's been a fantastic leader for this state for many years, but we've been blessed in the last few years to have Joe in a leadership position in this community. In his job as Vice Chair for Economic Development with the University of Alabama, he led efforts at the university level. He's also been crucial in helping to birth, if you will, the Economic Development Alliance that we have in our community now that will finally bring together all of the resources of this community in one place to work together towards economic development growth here locally. He's also in the last year stepped in the role of Interim Executive Director for the Tuscaloosa County Industrial Development Authority at a time when that organization was experiencing great change. And with Joe's steady hand, he has helped that organization bridge that gap and to chart a course for its future. Joe, we want to thank you for your service to this community over the years, and we look forward to working with you in your new role in the years to come.
This year's honoree is the Honorable Joe Bonner.